Welcome to the MPCA Cricket Show for another week as we review another weekend of cricket. It was a one-day fixture in round 10. We've got 3 two-day fixtures in a row and then a one-day fixture to round out the home and away season. We'll also update you on the Jack Peacock Cup. We've got the various grand finalists for each division. There's still quite a bit of cricket to be played in the Jack Peacock Cup before we find out who the best team in T20 cricket is in the final in a couple of weeks' time, Sunday, February 16th. We're here, of course, for a number of sponsors. Great to have them on board. Blackout Electrical, Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South, GameFace Vision. If you want your game streamed, of which we're at Mount Eliza on the weekend as they took on Long Island and had a good win, and we'll be doing the second day of the Somerville Mount Eliza game in a couple of weeks' time because there's a big Past Players Day for Somerville, and we look forward to that. It'll be great being down there. 2 pretty good sides who are looking to play in the finals in the Peninsula competition, which we'll get to with our guest very, very shortly. Also, Breeny Brothers Brewery, another one of our great sponsors, and also Swiss Locker. And we'll talk more about who our player of the week was for Swiss Locker, who win the pair of cricket gloves. You go to Swiss Locker's factory in Cheltenham to pick them up, and whoever wins the gloves each week for player of the match, whether it be a one-day fixture or 2-day fixture, will be in contention for the Player of the Year award at the end of the year, which is a brand new cricket bat. Talking of cricket bats, a man who's used his cricket bat with great success this year, and he's here as captain of the Long Island Cricket Club. We're talking about Aidan McKenna and Long Island going beautifully this year. Aidan, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, mate. Good to be.
How do you think the season's going? I mean, you had a loss on the weekend, but generally been pretty good.
Yeah, it's been all right. Obviously, loss on the weekend's no good, but yeah, boys are still in good spirits. Still think we're doing our processes really well, so yeah, looking good so far.
Do you think that Mount Eliza got too many runs on the weekend? 3 for 199. Their batting has been an issue for them this year. You guys probably didn't bowl as well as you have.
Yeah, I think Mount Eliza just played probably a better all-round game than us. They batted really well. JL batted really well, got 90 odd. And then, yeah, their bowling was probably a little bit too strong for us when taking a couple early wickets and putting our middle order under a bit of pressure. But one-day cricket, back to 2-day cricket now, and hopefully we can bounce back.
Do you prefer the 2-day cricket?
Yeah, obviously. I think our team's probably better suited to 2-day cricket, but I mean, we still have to play. I think it's 7 one-days as well, so you have to sort of adjust to both.
But you've given yourself a really good chance because you've won a lot of games. The outright win, yep. I mean, outrights are hard to do, aren't they, Aidan? But you found a way to do that as well, so that puts you in good stead.
Absolutely. I think we're sort of finding our plans and processes in 2-day cricket, which are sort of putting us in really good positions and giving us a chance to, obviously get an outright and then make some good wins into 2-day day as well. And
your own form's been pretty good? Been happy with that?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I probably haven't converted a couple of the 30s and 40s and 50s to maybe what we would have liked, but yeah, you can't be too upset with the way things are going, but hopefully we can keep going and go all the way.
And it's a big job for you because you open the batting, you're wicket keeper and you're captain. I mean, does that put extra pressure on you, particularly when you're out in the field being wicket keeper? You're involved in every delivery, of course, and you're also keeping an eye on what's going on in the field with the bowlers.
Not really. I've sort of kept an open the batting for a while, but obviously with Thomas skipper for the last 2 or 3 years, I've been pretty actively involved with him in what he like asked me to do and moving the field and that. So obviously it's that little bit extra to do in the field, but I've got such great support with the boys around me. It really helps me out there. So it's more of a team effort. But yeah, the boys that help me out, it's great every week, like Zach, Tom, Mick. It's really good. Yeah,
I sort of noticed that there was a collaborative effort. When things weren't going well, there didn't seem to be too much panic on the weekend. As I said, that was the game we did, our stream game, the Mount Eliza and Long Island game at Mount Eliza, and there'd be 3 or 4 of you just working together, just trying coolly, calmly and collectedly to come up with a way. I mean, that opening partnership of 84 Walker in his first game did a great job. I mean, no doubt that would have been a bit frustrating because you've been very good this year at getting early wickets, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right, but bloke get off to a heater, there's not much you can do. It's why it's really good for me as sort of a young captain to have that experience and that calmness around me where if I get a bit frustrated, they can just calm me down a little bit and help me through and think about what we're going to do next. And then, it's good.
Tommy's been a wonderful player for the club. He's had a wonderful cricket career. We know he had a bit of an issue with his heart last year. How is he? Is he going pretty well now?
He's Tommy.
Yeah.
He's good. Mate, he's unbelievable to have with me out there in the field. Obviously, his bowling speaks for itself, and his batting's he's going to come back to him with the batting in the 2 days. So, we back Tommy as much as he backs us. So, yeah, he's really good to have, and I couldn't think of another bloke to help me out there. And
you're feeling confident? I mean, there's still a lot of cricket to be played. I mean, the MPCA season doesn't finish till March 29th, and the next year they start the MPFNL. So still a lot of cricket to be played in 3 two-day games. Who knows what might happen? But you're feeling like you can have a real assault at getting back into Peninsula next year?
100%. Yeah, I think even with the loss in the weekend, I think the vibe in the group's still high. We understand that we probably didn't play our best game, but our best is still good enough, we feel. So, I mean, a quality opponent this week in Rosebud, but then in saying that, it's also a good opportunity for us to go out there, play our bend of cricket, and then see what happens.
I meant, of course, going from Peninsula back into Provincial, and again, it was very tight as to how last season panned out for the teams that were down the bottom trying to avoid relegation, and Long Island just missed out. And we'll get to Provincial a little bit later on our cricket show because, again, it's going to be very tight in the battle to see who stays up in Provincial for season 2025-2026. Now, you've got a younger sister who's a very good cricketer as well. Reese plays for Victoria.
I do.
She was captain of the Australian under-19s a couple of years ago. Did Big Brother teach her everything she knows about the game, Aiden?
You know I did. Always.
Did you think she'd go as far as she's gone so far?
Yeah. She's always, ever since she sort of picked it up, she's been really talented, works really hard. So put those two together, she was always destined to be where she is now. She's doing really well, and hopefully we can see her in some Australian colours soon. And of course, you've been playing with the Stars in the Big Bash as well. Been enjoying that? Yeah, loves it. She just loves the group that she's in, and hopefully takes her opportunities a bit more. And then who knows? There's so much depth, isn't there? I mean, you just look at this women's cricket team. Oh, yeah. I know it's a big call, but I think it's close to the best international sporting team in the world at the moment with their ability to just win. I mean, we've seen so far in this Ashes series, there's still, of course, the test match to play at the MCG, but they've already retained the Ashes and they've won all the one-days, all the T20s. There was one day where they didn't play at their best, but they still found a way to win. I mean, they just have this wonderful self-belief, and if Garden doesn't get you, Perry's going to get you. If she doesn't, Healy will get you. If she doesn't, Schutt will get you. I mean, they've just got wonderful players able to perform. Exactly right. So the depth is incredible. If someone doesn't perform, someone steps up and takes over the reins, and they just love winning. Absolutely, they do. And I think the other great thing about the Women's Big Bash too, Aiden, I'm sure your sister would attest to that, is that they get the opportunity to play against all the international players, which of course the men don't really get, do they? That's why I think the women's comp's probably a bit better. Yeah, it's good. The standard's obviously higher with the standard of players that are around, and inevitably that's going to lift your game to a higher standard as well. So, yeah. What is she, a batter or bowler or both? All-rounder. Okay. Doesn't hit him as good as me, but no. Well, of course. But is she? Is there one that she prefers, or she's as good at both? She's got a bit of an injury with her shoulder at the minute, so she's not bowling. So right now she's probably a batter. Yeah. But I think she loves her bowling a little bit more. Excellent. All right, well, we'll keep a close eye on her, and hopefully she's playing for Australia very soon, Aiden. It'll be wonderful. Now, let's have a look at what happened in the Peninsula Comp on the weekend. As I said, Mount Eliza 3 for 199 beat Long Island 152. Talbot was great with his 84-run partnership for the first wicket with the debutante Walker, the 40-year-old debutante. Long Island bowling, Michael Burke, 1 for 19. Tell us about him. He just keeps on keeping on. He's a marvel, isn't he, Burkie? Yeah, he's just fit. Just keeps coming back, keeps doing the job for us. So he's a wonderful performer, isn't he? Long Island batting, Wilson got 43. He's been in very good form over the last month or so. Mount Eliza bowling, Cotter with a Kaku, 4 for 34, and Nick Barron 3 for 18, and a very good win for Mount Eliza, who, when they put their best together, they're a pretty good side, aren't they? Good side. Well, great to catch up with Ravi Kotavathaku, one of the stars today for Mount Eliza, and a big win over Long Island for the Brian McHugh Cup. Important win today.
Yeah, especially after the last game. Yeah, it's a very pretty huge win for us. This game, I think boys have done pretty well, especially batting wise and bowling wise, and especially fielding. Yeah, it's pretty good to get a win back.
Now, your own form, you've been battling a little bit. You got 51 last week, 37 today, and you took 4 wickets. So do you feel you're starting to find your best form?
Hopefully, yes. I haven't scoring much runs, yes, but new year, new hopes. Yeah, I think I'm back.
Did it help that Walker and also Talbot got you off to a good start today? I mean, you were none for 84 at the drinks break. It sort of allowed you to come out and play your natural game, didn't you?
Yes, 100%. It played a huge part because they batted exceptionally well, JL and Matty Walker, and yeah, that's took a pressure out of me, so I could play my own game.
And what do you like most about this club, Ravi?
Oh, it's the culture, mate. Everyone is treating everyone so good. Like, they welcome us all the time, and it feels like home.
Well, congratulations. Well done today. Good win. You stay inside the top 4. 4 weeks to go. Oh, not 4 weeks, but 4 matches to go before the finals. Good luck, and thanks for joining us on GameFace.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good on you. Good on you, mate. Rosebud are the same, 4 for 114. Mornington's batting's a bit of a concern at the moment, 108. Best for Mornington with the bat was Walsh, 39. Rosebud bowling, they shared it around, but Paddy Nagle, 3 for 14. Rosebud batting, Paddy Nagle, 31 not out. Mornington bowling, Walsh, 2 for 20. Now, I've said this a few times on the show that Rosebud could have lost a lot of players in the off-season. They retained all of them, and they're a very strong side. What do you think their strength is?
I think their strengths early with the ball. Obviously, you got Paddy Nagle can take early wickets, and they've got some serious power at the top there with the bat, but also Kane Donald, Paddy, Ash in the middle. They can, if they get themselves in, they can be really dangerous. So, yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good game this weekend.
Do you rate yourselves better in a 2-day game against them than a 1-day game?
Always back yourself in.
Yeah.
Always. So, yeah, I feel like our best can rival their best, but either way, it's going to be a good contest.
Now, Muradoc won on the second last ball to stay in contention for the finals. So 39.5 overs, 6 for 185 over the Tigers. Been a bit unlucky, but were pretty competitive, 9 for 183. Tigers batting, Chevalier 46 not out. Brooking got 51. Muradoc bowling, Williams 3 for 20. And with the batting, Wincup 51 not out. Partnership of 55 for the 6th and 38th for the 7th wicket for Muradoc. Got them over the line. But Tigers have been competitive, as I said, but just haven't been able to get the result they need. And, well, it looks like they'll be battling to avoid relegation, but their best cricket's not bad, is it?
Yeah, really good. It's one of those things that it's just the competition's so tight. Just a couple of small moments you lose in a game and it sort of could cost you the game. But no, their best is definitely good enough, I feel.
What about Muradoc?
Muradoc are good. Like, obviously you got Ben Williams at the top that gets on with it. I just feel like the competition is like, it's so tight. Sort of anyone can beat anyone their day, especially in the one day. So, yeah.
Now, Somerville are going really well at the moment, dropped their first 2 games, but one of the form teams of the comp, 8 for 203. They defeated Seaford 144. Somerville batting, Redoubt 57, McDonald 61. Seaford bowling, Hoyset 1 for 26, Herbert 1 for 28. And Somerville bowling, the Evergreen, Craig Black 3 for 27. And Seaford batting, Herbert 33. Now, I know that Somerville started the year without a number of their key strike bowlers. They're getting a few of them back, getting a few of their experienced players back. They're a pretty good side, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah, Somerville are really strong. They've got their key bowlers back to take them early wickets, and they've got, obviously, power at the top and some really experienced players in the middle order that sort of just guide the innings for them, so they'll be really, really strong coming into finals.
Now, the ladder, Rosebud 7 wins, 1 loss. They've had 2 no results, 96 points. Long Island have got 92 points, 6-2-2 with an outright win among those 6 victories. Mount Eliza 5 wins, 3 losses, 2 no results on 72. Their net run rate 1.637. Somerville 5-3-2, 72 points, 1.265. Then Mornington a little bit out of form at the moment. We mentioned their batting has become a bit of an issue. 4-4 and 2 no results, 60 points. Muradoc on 48, and then Seaford 24. 0.577 the net run rate, and the Tigers 0.558, very tight, also on 24 points. So Aidan, round 11 this week, Somerville 4th, hosting Mount Eliza 3rd in a big 2-day game. Should be a ripper.
That'll be a good game. Yeah.
Who do you reckon?
I'm going to say Sammy. Sammy take that.
It should be a ripping game. And as I say, we'll be doing the second day for GameFace as part of our streaming and looking forward to that. That'll be the Past Players Day down at Somerville. Now, second place, Long Island against Rosebud first. We've sort of discussed it. What do you need to do? Would you prefer to bat first? Would you prefer to bowl first? What's the modus operandi if things are going well?
I think if we win the toss, we'll look to bat. I'll playing pool with Paddy Nagle on Friday night, so did that last time. We'll probably do the toss.
Really?
If I take him
Where are you playing pool?
Oh, I'm not sure yet. I'll let him pick that, but I think we'll I'll try and get one over him on him then, and then obviously try and get the win on Saturday.
Does it help when you're good mates and you're playing against each other?
Yeah, it's always good fun. It's always good fun.
He's a good captain. He's a very good cricketer.
Good captain, good player. Good bloke.
He's a good bloke. Now, Mornington fifth. So the top four are playing each other and the bottom four are Mornington fifth against Murdoch sixth. Could be a danger game for Mornington if they can't find form with the bat. Hayden.
Yeah, I'll still take Mornington there. I still think you got Walsh there. Their openers get runs. I think they'll be hard to beat.
And the match that could decide relegation. Two teams that don't really like each other very much. Tigers are hosting at Belvedere Oval up against Seaford. The winner will move a game clear, and you think might do enough to stay up in Peninsula for season 2025-26.
Yeah, I think Tigers will take that one.
Yeah, it should be a very tight game. Overall, the club going pretty well. Happy with the way things are in all grades.
Yeah, we've got a really strong club. I think 2 or 3 of our 4 or 5 teams are going to be playing in finals. So, I mean, the club's in a really good spot. We're in a really good spot. So, hopefully 3 or 4 of our teams can make finals.
Why is it a good club, Aidan?
I just feel like the culture around the club is really good. There's a good vibe at training. Everyone sort of gets around each other a bit. There's no team that really segregates themselves. Everyone has a bit of fun. So cricket's all about a bit of fun with your mates and getting wins on the weekend.
Well, I really appreciate you popping in. Good luck on Saturday. And, of course, in that very important 2-dayer in your endeavours to beat Rosebud and for the rest of the season. And congratulations on what you've achieved so far. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you. Aidan McKenna joining us, and we've had a look at Peninsula. We'll be back to look at the rest of the competition very shortly for the MPCA Cricket Show. We're here, of course, for Swiss Locker, also for GameFace Vision, Brenny Brothers Brewery, Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South, and also Blackout Electrical. Back with more shortly. Welcome back to the MPCA Cricket Show. We're here thanks to Swiss Locker, also Brenny Brothers Brewery, GameFace Vision, Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South, and it's great to have all our sponsors jumping on board. Blackout Electrical with us as well. And as far as GameFace Vision is concerned, if you'd like your game streamed, and we're doing day 2 of the Somerville Mount Eliza match, not this week, but next week, as the 2 days are back in vogue in the Peninsula competition. Get in touch with Glenn Carter and also Josh Rickard to book an opportunity for myself to broadcast the game for you in the lead up to the finals. Let's have a look at round 10 in the provincial. We thank Aidan McKenna for joining us for the Peninsula competition from the Long Island Cricket Club. Baden Powell had a comfortable win over Heather Hill, 6 for 150. Heather Hill 9 for 147 to stay in touch with the top 4. Baden Powell won their last 2 now. Heather Hill's batting, Paris top scored with 48, Baden Powell bowling, Harrison 3 for 35, Long 3 for 24. Heather Hill bowling, the veteran Addy Hussain 3 for 32, and Baden Powell batting, Long 47, and Reece Elmy was unbeaten with 43. Red Hill also stormed home comfortably, winning in the 32nd over against Old Peninsula. 2 for 179, Old Peninsula, 8 for 178. The batting for Old Peninsula, Grant 46, LeBroy 42. Red Hill bowling, 2 wickets apiece to Collette, 2 for 37. The veteran Simon Dart, 2 for 18, and Hewitt, 2 for 17. Red Hill batting, Goldstone, their English recruit, outstanding, 81 not out, and Jackson 48. And Old Peninsula bowling, Pelzer 1 for 23, and Forrest 1 for 28. Langwarren destroyed Sorrento. Huge win there. 5 for 228. Sorrento 102. Wouldn't have helped their net run rate too much after a great win the previous week for the Sharks. Langy batting. Matt Prosser 98 not out. Matthews 55. Sorrento bowling. Hanrahan 2 for 52. Unlucky for Matt Prosser. He couldn't quite get the century. Sorrento batting. Bench 43. Bowling. Jake Prosser. The Prosser boys having a huge day. 5 for 10. A thriller Dramana dismissed off the second last ball, needing 3 to win. Between the top two sides, 3 losses in their last few matches now for Dramana. Pines on top of the table, win by 2 runs. They made 6 for 205. Dramana all out 203. Pines batting, Christita 61 and Pierce Sterling 50. Dramana bowling, Dale Irving 2 for 21. Pines bowling, the great man just had a birthday last week, Ricky Ramsdale. Happy birthday, Rama, 4 for 37. And Dramana batting, and he wins our Player of the Week for Swiss Locker. So he wins the cricket gloves. He has to go down to their Cheltenham warehouse, beautiful part of the world, to go and see Ryan Hayward and the team to pick up his brand new cricket gloves. And it means too that he's in contention to win the Player of the Year. So the new cricket bat at the end of the year, Kieran Vogel for a magnificent 95. As they just weren't able to get over the line. They seem to have the game in hand, Dramana. They lost their last 4 wickets for 13 and last 3 for just 5. But the Pines Cricket Club certainly know how to win. They've got a lot of self-belief. So they found a way to win that game and be 6 points clear on top. So Pines, 7 wins, 2 losses, 2 no results, 90 points. Langwarren, 6-2-2 on 84. And Dramana have dropped to third. 6 wins, 3 losses, 1 no results, 78 points. Red Hill, 3-4, a tie, and 2 no results, 56 points, and their net run rate, 1.141. Heather Hill, the same as Red Hill on 56 points. Those two teams tied. Who knows how important that tie is going to be late in the season. And their net run rate being on 56 points is 0.806. Then Baden Powell, 8 points behind those two teams on 48, 3-5 and 2 no results. Old Peninsula 2-6-2 on 36. Those two might be in contention for relegation. 2 very strong teams. 0.800 for Old Peninsula, their net run rate, and Sorrento on 36, 0.629. Round 11, first of 3 2-dayers on the trot. Dramana third, played Baden Powell sixth. You think Dramana at home would get the job done, but as I say, Baden Powell improving. Heather Hill fifth against Red Hill fourth. A massive game for those two teams. If Red Hill are able to win, they get some breathing space between themselves and Heather Hill. If Heather Hill win, they do the same. So they'll swap on the ladder if Heather Hill beat Red Hill. That's how big that game is. But I think Red Hill might be slightly better, even though Heather Hill are at home. 7th place, Old Peninsula play Sorrento 8th. That could help decide relegation or play a part in it anyway. There's still a few games left after that. I'll pick Old Peninsula at home. If it was at Sorrento, I'd go for the Sharks. And Langwarren and Pines, second and first on the table again, 2 weeks in a row. And Langwarren again with the home ground advantage. Pines very hard to beat though. Look, toss of the coin job, but maybe Langwarren just over Pines in what should be a ripping contest. Looking now at the district competition, and Carrum Downs took on Crib Point and won easily. 2 for 89, Crib Point all out for 87, and they've been in good form, Crib Point, before that, but had a shock. A great performance by Carrum Downs, the top team. Cairns made 26 for Crib Point. Carrum Downs bowling, Rajaskavu was outstanding with 4 for 19. Carrum Downs batting, Gordon Waterfall an unbeaten 53. Balnarring in good form at the moment, 3 for 137 over Main Ridge, still without a win, 8 for 136. They won in the 32nd over Balnarring. Main Ridge batting, Lions got 50. Main Ridge bowling, Abbott 3 for 25. Best for Balnarring with the ball, Luke Hewitt 3 for 4, and also with the bat, what a good year he's having, 75 not out. Baxter an upset over Carrum. We've now dropped 3 in a row. Carrum 7 for 180. Baxter 9 for 184. Carrum finishing just 4 runs short after 40 overs. Baxter batting, Kumara 65. Carrum bowling, Ridgeway 4 for 11. And Sean Foster brilliant with the bat, 72 for Carrum, and Hewlett 51, but not enough to get the job done. Baxter bowling, Satambi 3 for 35. And who knows how costly that loss for Carrum might be come the end of the season. And Flinders in great form at the moment, 5 for 191 over Bonio 163. Flinders batting, Walters 73 not out. Bonio bowling, Williams 4 for 29. Flinders bowling in this very tight comp in District, Beggs 4 for 36. Bonio bowling, Bonio batting, I should say, Jelly made 31. The ladder in the district competition at the moment. Carrum Downs, 6 wins, 2 losses, 2 no results, 84 points, and got a net run rate of 1.593. Flinders also 84 points, 1087 is the net run rate. Then Balnarring on 72, 1.426. Carrum on 60, 4 wins, 4 losses and 2 no results. Back in the pack now, their net run rate 1.2 222. The Richie Benno net run rate. Bonio also on 60, 0.876. And Crib Point on 60, 0.853. A real logjam for the battle for fourth. Baxter, 3 wins, 5 losses, 2 no results are on 48. Just hanging around, 0.817. And Main Ridge on the bottom of the table and likely to be relegated on 12 points. Great to see them have a win as the season continues to progress. For, of course, Gareth and his team, Main Ridge. Gareth being our sponsor from Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne South. They're on 12 points at the moment, Main Ridge, with the 2 no results, and 0.571 is the net run rate. District round 11, let's have a look at those games. Bonio 5th, hosting Carrum Downs 1st. Should be an interesting game. I think Carrum Downs, though, just a little bit more class. Crib Point 6th, need to stay in touch with the top 4 and can go ahead of Bonio if they can beat Balnearing, but I don't think they will. Main Ridge 8th, are taking on Baxter 7th, and a chance for Main Ridge to win their first game of the season, but I think Baxter might have a little bit too much talent. And Carrum, well, they're out of form. 3 defeats in a row. Just have to beat Flinders to stay ahead of the other teams, also on 60 points, and stay in the top 4 with a few rounds remaining. But I just like Flinders' form at the moment. It's been a bit better, and Carrum, I can see them having their 4th consecutive loss. I'm sure though Sean Foster and Jake the Archery and Liam Hewlett will do what they can with the rest of the team to try and turn their form around. They're not losing by a lot, but they're still losing at the moment. So sub-district round 10 now, and YCW beat Tutkaruk, who've been in outstanding form. They won easily too. And disappointing performance by Tutkaruk. YCW 4 for 118, Tutkaruk 117, and YCW got a huge boost in their net run rate, making the runs in the 18th over. They're batting Edwards 51 off 36 balls, and he starred for them. Tutkaruk bowling, Habert 2 for 27, Tutkaruk batting, Whelan top scoring in that paltry total of 117. He made 31. YCW bowling, Liam Greenwood 4 for 16. Ballon Park 93 lost to Rye in good form at the moment, 9 for 172, and they're right in contention. Rye, Gunathunga 56 not out. Ballon Park bowling, Borthwick 2 for 26. Ballon Park batting, Aughty 17 in that very low score. Rye bowling, Gunathunga, who was one of the stars, might have almost been in contention. In fact, he was certainly in contention and wasn't far away from winning the player of the round. For Swiss Locker, he took 4 for 8. And Tyre 9 for 181 over Sky, 148. Tyre batting, Regan 46, Bridgman 43. Sky bowling, Morrison 3 for 26, Beckham 3 for 33, and Sky batting, a good double for Beckham with 50. Tyre bowling, Hose the best for them, outstanding 5 for 29. And Dallingham Park 7 for 170, just got over the line against Mount Martha 9 for 162. Dallingham Park batting, Christitas 39. Dallingham Park bowling, Bradley Ridge 2 for 11, while Mount Martha best with the bat, Stallworthy 61, and with the ball, Mount took 2 for 14. Looking at the ladder after 10 rounds, Tybe on 84 points, their net run rate 1.564. YCW on 84 points, their net run rate 1.500. Tutkaruk on 84 points, and their percentage 1.090 after their big loss to YCW, who got a huge boost, as I say, with their net run rate to go to second on the table. Then Dallicum Park are 6 points behind those top 3 on 78 with a net run rate 1.018. Then Rye on 72, 1.110. And they've won 6, lost 4. They do not have any no results along with Mount Martha. So they're in pretty good form at the moment, Rye. Ballon Park, 50 points, 3 wins, 6 losses, 1 no result. Their net run rate, 0.839. Sky, 24 points, 1 win, 7 losses, 2 no results, 0.634. Mount Martha on the bottom with just 1 win, 9 losses, and their net run rate, 0.663. Round 11, Mount Martha 8th against YCW 2nd. You'd expect YCW to be too strong for the Mount Martha team. Tutkaruk 3rd place, Sky 7th. Tutkaruk looking for a much better performance, and I think they'll get it this week at home, the Frogs. Tybe are 2nd, they play Rye, and 2 good sides. Tybe may be slightly better at home. If the game was at Rye, I'd pick Rye, so I'll pick Tybe for the home ground advantage. And Baxter Park 6th in the Battle of the Parks. They're hosting Dallicum Park, who are 4th. Maybe Dallicum Park slightly, but Ballon Park always played better at home. So that's a look at what is happening in the MPCA competition as we head into round 11 this week. I'll go over now what's going on in the Jack Peacock Cup, because the various finals for the 4 divisions will be played next Tuesday. We had the last round of the home and away comp, if you like, which was on Tuesday. And there were some interesting results. Now, North Division, round 4, North Division 1, Baden Power 5 for 114, beat YCW 9 for 112. YCW batting Draycott 27. Baden Powell bowling, Heavey 3 for 17. Baden Powell batting, Long made 40, and YCW bowling, Frillis 3 for 20. Baxter 1 for 154, too good for Seaford. 9 for 153, so a district team beats a Peninsula team. Seaford batting in a high-scoring game. Pagini 39, Baxter bowling, Dignan 3 for 18, Seaford bowling, Pryor 1 for 7. Baxter batting, Quinn 79 not out, England 63 not out. A 149-run unbeaten partnership for the second wicket saw Baxter have a terrific victory. Heather Hill, 7 for 122, too good for Mount Eliza, 111. Mount Eliza bowling, Stamatis 2 for 9, Higgins 2 for 17. Mount Eliza batting, Talbot made 42. And Old Peninsula 4 for 179. Easily accounted for Ballon Park, 9 for 96. Old Peninsula batting, LeBroy, a brilliant 94 not out. Outstanding performance. Ballon Park bowling, Carey 1 for 5. Old Peninsula bowling, Pace 2 for 1. And Crowder 2 for 3. So after the completion of the home and away comp in the Jack Peacock Cup, the T20 comp played during the week, the North Division number 1 ladder is Heather Hill on top on 42. They were undefeated. Old Peninsula on 30, finished second. Baden Powell 3rd. Baxter 4th. Mount Eliza 5th on 18. Baden Powell finished 3rd on 30. Baxter 4th on 30. Mount Eliza 18. Ballon Park 18. YCW 12 and Seaford 12. Now, North Division 2, Seaford Tigers 8 for 142 over Carrum Downs, 7 for 120. Pines 7 for 132, one with 7 balls to spare over Carrum, 9 for 131. Pines batting, Pierce Sterling 46, Carrum bowling, Diartry 3 for 12. Carrum batting, Thompson 45, and Pines bowling, Elcock 2 for 17, and Billy Humphrey 2 for 19. Delacombe Park, 5 for 164, had a comfortable win over Sky, 7 for 143. For Delacombe Park, McDonald scored 49 and Bradley Bridge 47. And their bowling, Christidas 2 for 16 and Alex 2 for 21. Langwarren, 6 for 152, got over the line against Long Island, 5 for 132. Langwarren batting, Parrott 39. They remain undefeated in their group, Langwarren. Long Island bowling, Boxall 2 for 13. And Ada McKenna, our guest earlier on in the show, made 55 for Long Island. So North Division number 2 in the Jack Peacock Cup. Langwarren undefeated on 36. Pines undefeated on 36. They'll play off in the grand final of that to continue on in the comp next week. Long Island 24, Carrum 24, Carrum Downs 24, then Seaford Tigers 12, Delacombe Park 12, and Sky on the bottom. South Division 1 in the Jack Peacock Cup. Somerville 8 for 118 over Crib Point 111. It was a bowling game, this one. Somerville batting, Pollard 48 not out. Crib Point bowling, Hogan Keogh 1 for 16. Crib Point batting, Hogan Keogh, a good double 39. And for Somerville with the bowling leading the way, Staff 3 for 9. Tyre batting, huge score, 4 for 214. Thrash Mount Martha 119. And Regan made a big 100. Outstanding to watch, 113. And Taranto 46 for Tyre. Mount Martha bowling, Harrison 1 for 22. Mount Martha batting, Marshall 34 and Tyre bowling. Ingermells 4 for 16 and Lovitch 4 for 24. Big day for Tyre. Mornington 3 for 200. Destroyed Hastings. Good to have them though involved in the T20 Cop. Hastings made 38. Mornington's batting was led by Garnett. 82 off 35 balls. It was unbeaten. Smith 60 off 48. They put on 112 for the third wicket. Hastings bowling, Sean Hewitt 1 for 18. And Hastings batting lost 4 for 6 to finish at 38. And Mornington's bowling was led by Doe with 4 for 14. Now, the ladder in that comp, just 7 teams in it, with Murdoch having the bye. Somerville, 42 points, 3 wins, no losses. Murdoch, 42 points, 2 wins and 1 bye. They're second on the table. Tybe on 30, Crib Point 24, Mornington 18, Mount Martha 18, and Hastings 18. Jack Peacock, Southern Division 2, 5 games here because there's 10 teams in this competition. Sorrento 7 for 139 over Tutkaruk 51 for Sorrento leading with the bat. Hall 37 and Hanrahan with the ball 3 for 6. Dramana 5 for 170 beat Rosebud in a high scoring game 9 for 133. Osaka 55 and Anthony 54 with the bat for Dramana. Rosebud bowling Ash Nagel 1 for 23. Rosebud batting Scott Hayes 49 and Dramana bowling Osaka outstanding 3 for 26 and Clan 3 for 18 their playing coach. Flinders 4 for 164 got over the line against Balnarring 105. Pengelly 85 off 47 for Flinders with the bat. Balnarring bowling Luke Hewitt outstanding again 1 for 15 keeps on keeping on with the bat. Ben King made 22 for Balnarring and Flinders with the ball. Reynolds snared 3 for 23. Rye 2 for 132 had a good win over Main 6 for 129 and Rye made the runs in the 12th over. Batting Hunt 57, Ashworth 40, both not out. Partnership of 74 for the third wicket. Mainridge bowling Fernando 1 for 19 and Mainridge batting Man 37 and best for Rye with the ball. Thompson 3 for 17 and Red Hill were too good for Bonio. This was a really high scoring game, entertaining contest. 6 for 173. Bonio made a good fist of it. 7 for 159. Red Hill batting Goldstone 41. Dart 38 not out. Can't get enough of it, Simon Dart. Loves his cricket. Bonio bowling. Gather Cole 2 for 20. Bonio batting Jobling 59 and Story 50 and Red Hill bowling Jack Taylor 2 for 22. Now, the grand finalists next week in these various divisions, which still obviously have a fair bit of cricket to play. I'll explain how it all works. In North Division 1 in the Jack Peacock T20 next Tuesday, Heather Hill against Old Peninsula. North Division 2, Langwarrin hosting Pines, so 2 First Division clubs, and they actually will be in the middle of a 2-day fixture. So that'll be interesting to watch how they go in the T20 match next week. In the Southern Division 1 Grand Final, it'll be Somerville against Murdoch, 2 teams from the Peninsula. And then, of course, there will be a big match played in the Southern Division 2 between Dramana and also Flinders. So Dramana, a team from the Peninsula competition, Flinders, a team from the district competition. And then what will happen after that is that there will be semis. So the winners of those competitions will play in semis on the morning of Sunday, February 16th at a venue still to be determined. And the winners of the semis will then play off to be the best T20 team in the MPCA in the grand final later that day at 1 o'clock. So we certainly look forward to that. So that's the show for another week. We thank our sponsors. We thank Swiss Locker. Kieran Vocals winning our award this week for Player of the Week. He'll win the gloves from Swiss Locker and he'll go down to Cheltenham to their warehouse down there and pick up those gloves, and he'll be in contention then to win the bat for Player of the Year. Outstanding with his 95 as Dramana just fell short in a thrilling game against Pines on the weekend. Great performance by Kieran Vocals. Also, GameFace Vision, and if you like your games televised for the rest of the year or streamed for the rest of the year, get in touch with Glenn Carter and Josh Rickard at GameFace. Brenny Brothers Brewery, also Blackout Electrical and Telstra Business Technology Centre of Melbourne, South Gareth Wyatt, and the team looking after all your technological needs. Thanks to Aranda for all his hard work, for Glenn and also Josh, Ada McKenna for joining us on the program. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time after this 2-day fixture is over with more MPCA Cricket Show. Enjoy your cricket, everyone.